understand what are the rules that govern civilization. What are the rules that we should be upholding? All sorts of things that go on where we find that we need to get a judge to agree with us and sign an order giving us a victory in court.
Solutions Made Easy Inc. We're providing the best solutions for everyday people, things that really work for any person if they apply it to their situation. Natural, high quality, and also knowledge and wisdom. Welcome everyone to the podcast. I'm Dr. Olivia Tatara.
And Dr. John Falcone.
And we thank you here for tuning into this episode. As you know, when you listen, we like to bring in innovative tools, courses, technologies, and just solutions that can be available to everybody to use to make their lives better, easier, and more fulfilling. And that can go into any level of life that you want. Health, wealth, beauty, and just living peacefully. A lot of people in life are experiencing hardships on so many different levels. So our guest here today is going to speak on something that has to do with pure law inside of a system and how to navigate through these systems in the right way, honestly. So we're very excited to introduce him. He's going to introduce himself as a name. And John, anything you want to say before we get into it?
Yes, I just wanted to say that, guys, if you are going through anything in life, you know, everything in life is like a contract. You got to read a lot of things, and sometimes we got to be knowing that this is our right move, and sometimes it's hard when you don't have money. Well, this gentleman here has been changing the world for quite some time. I've been following, and I'm going to let him introduce himself because it's an amazing time to have him on the podcast.
So thank you so much for being here, our guest, and we allow you the floor to just speak upon your mission, who you are, what you're doing, and just anything your heart says for the audience to listen. We thank you again.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm Dr. Frederick Graves. I created the website howtowinincourt.com. I've been an attorney for almost 40 years, and I created that website howtowinincourt.com almost 30 years ago. We've helped tens of thousands of people to understand that there's rules that control the courts, where some of us from time to time have to go and hopefully get relief and assistance and get justice. And it occurred to me that maybe somebody needed to teach what those rules are. It turns out the rules are very simple. They're very straightforward. They're not difficult to learn. They're not rocket science. They're certainly not differential calculus. It's something that an 8th grader can understand, but it's never been taught. It's never been shared in a way that's easy to understand. And an awful lot of people are getting stuck in some kind of legal predicament, whether it's a criminal case that they've been charged with a crime they didn't commit, or someone's trying to take their children away, or they're losing their home, or all sorts of things that go on where we find that we need to get a judge to agree with us and sign an order giving us a victory in court. Those are rules that can't be violated. When we go to court, however, we have somebody on the other side trying to use the rules, and if we don't know the rules and how to use the rules tactically, we end up being their victim. That's really pretty much it in a nutshell. We just want to help more and more people that are suffering needlessly because they don't have any idea how to win in court. And it's all step by step. It's not hard to learn quickly, and you solve an awful lot of trouble.
Yes, that's something that I believe in. We also do that. It's a basic human right to have the knowledge to be able to fend for yourself. And many people are being taken advantage of. And then knowing that the part that you said too that struck me was that there's people out there too that are doing it on purpose to get something over on someone that they might not deserve it. So this is for everyone to learn that they can have the tools to be able to succeed. And this is there's so many cases out there. So if you know anyone in the audience that can benefit from this information, you can check the information in the description for more. You can learn more about Dr. Frederick and his mission to help people.
Yes, and Doctor, what would you say for the audience? Maybe some of them don't need a lawyer, but through all your years of experience and living, what do you think are good morals, good ethics for someone to follow?
Well, the truth. God is truth. Reality is truth. And there are certain principles, the way the universe is organized. And I think we just need to search for those principles, those essential truths. We share them with our neighbors. We need to get away from the idea of this, being afraid to say something that might be so-called politically incorrect, even though it may be true and it may be helpful. We've got to stand up for what's right, and we need to do what's right. And people that have to go to court have an opportunity there to let the court system sort it out, and we can reach what's right if we understand the tactics that are required. I like to tell people, my friends, that the rules of Major League Baseball, last I checked, were about 125 pages of text. There's all kinds of rules of Major League Baseball. The rules of evidence that apply in every federal court, in every state court, in criminal case or civil case, take less than 20 pages. It's not something that we can't learn. It's something that we need to be held to understand that justice is the keystone to enjoying the benefits of civilization. We need our courts, sadly, but we do. And for us not to understand how the courts work and how to persuade a judge by using the rules, the official rules, how to persuade a judge to grant justice to us when we're being attacked by somebody, or our children have been taken from us, or we're being accused of a crime. It just isn't right for the people to be denied that knowledge, as Olivia said. It is a human right to know the rules. And we don't have to know all the law. I mean, there's laws that just fill up buildings and books. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a narrow set of rules that are very, very simple. Rules about pleadings, rules about evidence, rules about objections, and rules about motions. And that pretty much sums it up right there. There's 4 categories of rules. So we just hope that more and more people will understand that that we have this opportunity because people lost their lives, really. Too many people gave their lives for our right to be heard. And I want everybody to know that. I want absolutely everyone to know that this is our right and it's our power, and we need to learn it and help people who are suffering because they don't know it.
Yes, that is so true, and very inspiring too. It's honesty and justice, and also the confidence to navigate through the system when, like you said, all systems have the ways that they operate, so anyone can learn them. So that's really amazing that you have this out for anyone to learn. And it also can help someone just regain a sense of freedom too. It's important, even if you're not imprisoned for anything or jail and all these different things that could be on your plates, it still is a stress when you have this on you. So that's why it's very important that everyone sees the opportunities that are in front of them so that you can get this greater sense of life. And also, Dr. Frederick, I wanted to ask, besides the journey of career in law, if there's any other passions or projects that you do want to share that you're interested in life, because we're all human beings. We have things that we love to do and disciplines and also inspirations. So anything that you want to say?
Yes, I've been calling people of faith to stand up for people who are suffering. I remember Bishop Fulton Sheen had a television program when I was very, very young in black and white television. And he ended every program saying, it is better to light one little candle to curse the darkness. And we have an awful lot of people of faith who blame the world for being worldly. And we have an opportunity to use knowledge to promote justice. Because obviously, without justice, there's no liberty, there's no opportunity, and if everything goes well for you, that's great. But sooner or later, most of us have a problem, and we need a solution to the problem. And I'm just doing my best to motivate people with faith to realize that too many people have given their lives for this system of justice and law and order and rule of law, so that we can have civilization and live in peace and harmony with our neighbors and friends. And it's something that we all have, I think, a responsibility and an opportunity to do, but it does take a bit of learning, not a lot of learning, but a little bit of learning to understand what are the rules that govern civilization, what are the rules that we should be upholding, because they are something that will unite us. It's something we can hold on to, all of us, something we can believe in together, and put aside all this division and separating us into camps.
That's one of the biggest things. That's why we try to find we're not saying the best people, but the people that really want to make a change. You know, I'm very big into Kung Fu and martial arts, and I'm a Grand Master, and I remember my master said to me, if you're going to pray, there's all different religions. Don't even think of the one that you're in now. I said, so Master, what do I think about? And he said, give thanks for the knowledge in which was granted to us for free if we can listen. And it took me a long time to really look at that. I still think about that we have to know that knowledge, guys, we got to look at, okay, there's all different religions and everything else, but as people, what are we doing to help and aid each other? Some of us don't even know our neighbors. So guys, let's really try for the new year coming up to wish everybody well, anybody suffering or anything, that we're here for you, and we'd like to thank Dr. Graves for everything that he has given us today. Is there any last words you have?
Whether we can come together and agree about some things. There are things we can all agree about, reasonable things, things that are common sense, things that will unite us, once again, as a people. No matter what country we live in, no matter what religion we follow, there are things about which we can all be in agreement. And I just urge all of us to try to discover what those things are, and once we discover them, celebrate them and share them so that we can be united and live in peace and harmony. That has to be the goal of every one of us. But there's no prosperity without peace, and there's no peace without rules.
Yes, that is a very good notion. And just for everyone listening also, that is an amazing thing for humanity to strive for. And it starts with you, the individual, one by one, doing something to help someone. So we ask if there's anyone in need that you think could benefit from this information, that you share it, you get it out there, you connect with the people that can aid. And if you want more information about Dr. Frederick, you can search him at howtowinincourt.com, as well as other places online. And we thank everyone today for listening.
Understand what are the rules that govern civilization? What are the rules that we should be upholding? Because they are something that will unite us. It's something we can hold on to, all of us. Something we can believe in together.